Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here in New Orleans just before Christmas. I'm here with Lisa Miller, who's the general manager of a pretty new hotel, ONE11 Hotel here in New Orleans, right by the river. And it is a marvelous boutique property where you can send your clients and really experience all that New Orleans has to offer. It's right on the edge of the French Quarter, and it's access to everything. You're going to find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Lisa, first of all, this is a marvelous hotel. Tell us a little bit about the history of this building, because this is a historic building, right?
It is, yes. It's original to 1884. It was a part of what was known then as the Sugar District. When sugar production became too much to continue on the plantations, they would actually put all the sugar cane on barges and bring it down to this area. This was a production facility that we're in now, one of three remaining buildings from 1884 as, in the Sugar District.
And you see all the exposed beams, yes, which is incredible in these rooms. You have some new sections of the hotel that don't have that, but they're beautiful. In fact, we're in one right now. But it really is, it's so beautiful, and you have incredible views of the river. It really is amazing. But there is that history there, which I love. And in fact, you kind of play on that. I think should I tell them what the internet code is? Sugar? Okay. Capital S. Anyway, yeah, so it is sugar. I thought it was a warehouse, but no, it was a factory. Now, let's talk a little bit about the accommodations you offer, because we're in a wonderful suite here. But how many rooms?
83 rooms. Okay. We begin entry levels at king, and then we have double doubles, we have queens, and then we have 4 suites, one of which we're in, which is the Sugar Suite.
Which is on the ground floor, looking out at a heated pool, a small heated pool, and a fire pit. It's lovely. And then you have some incredible suites up top, right?
Yes, we do. On the 8th floor, we have the Riverbend Suite and the French Quarter Suite. They have unobstructed views of the French Quarter, of the cathedral. You can see the crescent of the river. It's pretty spectacular.
It looked like it was, and then there are patios out from there, and you can go out on a very large patio. There is one public patio for guests up there. You can also get a nice thing. Now let's talk a little bit about F&B here. You don't have a full restaurant, but you have a really cool bar with some light bites, small plates, which I ate last night. It was really good. You can't beat a flatbread pizza and a good cocktail, right?
That's exactly correct. Batcher is our bistro and bar, and as you mentioned, we do more of the light bites. It is flatbreads, and it's more to the hors d'oeuvre. The idea behind it was that it would be the place where you start your evening out and then go out to dinner. Beautiful menu of cocktails. We have some really talented bartenders.
I had one. I couldn't resist. It was like very nice, and we had this flatbread pizza that was really excellent, and a lot of little, very New Orleans-y things like, egg rolls that were sort of a little spicy. They were pretty good.
Our boudin egg rolls.
Boudin egg rolls. Of course, you can't go wrong. And then by that time, I'll admit though, we were too full after that. We didn't go out to dinner.
Yeah, it's as much as you want it to be, or as little as you want it to be, and I think that was really the idea behind it all. The flatbreads are extremely popular. My favorite's the barbecue chicken, but the fig and prosciutto is actually the best seller.
I got to come another night. I think I'm going to like that. But and then you have a little pantry where you're going to be, where you can get bites to go up to the room and things like that. Now, and you can take them up to the 8th floor to that, like that. Now, what are you part of any hotel groups or anything like that?
We're part of TPG Hotels and Resorts out of Rhode Island.
Okay. So you have that, and you're brand new. You literally opened, December 2020, right?
Yes, December 11th, 2020.
And of course, that was during the pandemic, and a number of properties, and there's a lot of hotel product coming in. We have the new Four Seasons, we have the Virgin hotels, we have Kimptons, and you especially, and I was supposed to come down here almost last March, but it didn't work out, but I'm here now, and what's it been like opening during the pandemic?
It's been exciting. It's been anxiety-ridden. It's been good. We're a small but mighty team, as I like to say. It did allow us to engage more with the guest, simply because we had more time and unfortunately less guests. But we've been very well supported by the locals. People often don't realize that the French Quarter began as a residential neighborhood, and it's still very much occupied by people who live there. It's not just businesses. and they watched this building sit vacant for many years, and then watched us go through the construction, and we're here on day one, and continue to come to Batcher, and continue to have their families that are visiting stay with us.
Well, you're very creative, and you put in a kissing booth, I think, which was, I think, seems to be getting some traction. We just passed by and there were people. It's like a phone booth where it says the kissing booth. Very creative.
Thank you. Yeah, I turned that into our holiday kissing booth, and it's getting a lot of use, I will say.
Yeah, we were just past someone was using it, so it was interesting to see that. But it really is a marvelous project. You're in the shadow of the Westin, but you were telling me some people looked down and saw your lovely patios on one of your suites, and what's that? And they came over here, right?
They came over here and they booked here.
Not too bad, I tell you. You just have to walk around. Now, let's talk about location, because location is all about it. And we literally are just off one of the main drags, one of the shopping drags next to the river. Tell us about where we are.
We're right behind Canal Place, which is where, as you mentioned, the Westin is, but also shops like Saks Fifth Avenue. We sit next to Waldenberg Park, which is a beautiful park right on the river. But yes, we're technically in the French Quarter, but what guests love most about us is that we're in it, but you're not in the middle of it.
You're not, because there are a lot of hotels which are wonderful in downtown, but you are going to get a lot of noise and traffic. It's pretty quiet here.
It is, and like I said, guests tell us all the time, I can go be part of the craziness, but then when I want to come back home, as they say, in the evening, it's quiet, it's peaceful. And it's really been one of the biggest compliments that we get, aside from how friendly the staff is.
Oh, and they are very friendly. The reception was great. Our waiter last night was wonderful. But it is, literally, you're within walking distance of Café du Monde. You're within a few blocks of, if you want to go to Bourbon Street, you can go all through the French Quarter. It is a wonderful location, and you're in this sort of classic area. And so I think you're really perfectly positioned.
And we're walking distance to the streetcar line, whether that's the red line that takes you along the river or all the way up to City Park, or the green line, the historic line that takes you up St. Charles Avenue.
No, and I've done that before. As I told you, my daughter lives down here, so we're kind of familiar with this area, but it was so nice to find a new properties down there, a new hotel that is so well located, so I had to try it.
It's exciting. There's several, as you mentioned, new hotels that have come into New Orleans, and, it brings people that maybe wouldn't have come otherwise. Your Four Seasons traveler that's dedicated to Four Seasons. So it's opening up the city to people who might not have come before.
Yeah, and that's true. The Four Seasons just opened, and it's a lovely property. It's a building many people know, and they've really done a nice job of refurbishing it. We've had Virgin come in, we've had Kimpton come in, other hotels, but yours is independent, unique, and really well located. Congratulations on the property. It's really a beautiful thing. What would you tell our travel advisors, all 95,000, about how to best experience this property if they book their clients here?
I would definitely recommend that they're aware of our 8th floor terrace that you talked about. It's absolutely stunning, and even on a cloudy day, it's beautiful up there. The fire pit that you mentioned, which is next to our heated pool, and we do food and beverage service out by the pool as well. Batcher, definitely stop in at Batcher and get something on your way out to one of your extravagant New Orleans dinners. I think for families, our queen rooms are very spacious. That's what you're in.
It is a very spacious room. Believe me, it's really well situated. And if you want to go the suite life, you got some good ones there too. Right?
Yes, we do. The Sugar Suite that we're in, which is located, as you mentioned, right next to the pool. The 8th floor, we have 2 suites up there, the Riverbend and the French Quarter. And then my favorite is actually on the 6th floor. It's the Crescent view. Yeah,
because that's sort of the old construction with the beams and everything. Right?
Correct. So you're going to get the architectural features that you would get in the lobby, or even in the 8th floor.
Yeah. Well, Lisa, I want to thank you for hosting me here. It's been a wonderful to finally come down here and experience the property. Congratulations, and hopefully as we get out of this pandemic time, you're going to see a lot of business. I know you started a few times, you had a lot of business.
Yes.
And we're almost to Mardi Gras. We'll see what happens then. Yeah. But looking for great things from this property, and good luck for the future.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to host you and finally get you here to ONE11.
Finally get it here. I'm down here all the time, but we'll come back and say hello. I'm James Schillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.